Hello everybody and welcome on 365Flix Chat. I am so happy to be here with you, Steven Seagal, for the first day of the chat on 365Flix.com. How are you doing today?
Spectacular, man. I'm really grateful and excited for this opportunity. I think it's a great movie. It's the best movie I've done in a long time, and I'm excited to meet my fans and talk about it and keep moving.
Well, great, because they're here online with us right now. So let's get it started. I have a first question of JT. Which action star would you like to work with?
Probably Donnie Yen would be my first choice of action stars that I'd love to work with. And the reason for that is because I think he's really one of the best martial artists in the business of action movies, particularly kung fu movies. And he's a friend of mine. I've known Donnie for 35 years, something like that. And I just love his action. And he's also a musician, which I love because so am I. So, we were planning on working together a couple of times. Hopefully it'll happen one of these days soon.
Great. Another question from Manly Movie. Steven, are you sick of comics books, moving taking over cinema?
Listen, if it turns out to be a good movie, I'm happy. Some of them don't. Of course, for me, I like, stories that are more organic, that real people have written, that are about real life, more than comic books. But that's just my humble taste.
Yeah. Okay. Next question would be from John Fishman. Steven, how did you come up with the name Attrition?
Attrition to me is a kind of, it's always been sort of associated with battlefield tactics. And I always like to, try to, I don't want to say look at myself as a strategist as much as doing the best I can to be strategically and tactically intelligent. And attrition to me means really something along the lines of being able to win without direct contact all the time, but being more strategically intelligent.
Okay, next question would be from Beast1. What was your favorite scene in the movie Attrition?
My favorite scene, believe it or not, is probably where Fansiwan is talking to this girl, I can't remember her name, it may have been Mei Ling, who's a prostitute in this brothel, and he asked her, did you really steal these items? And I thought that the story there of a mother doing anything that she had to do to protect her daughter who was going to die, and the understanding and the depth and the compassion that Fansiwan showed her, that was just, for me, remarkable. And a lot of people cry when they see that scene. That's really one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
Okay, we have another question from JT. Steven, which future project, hold on a second, because there are so many questions, the chat is going crazy. Where is this one? Which future project are you working on, and can you tell us a little bit about it?
To be honest with you, I loved making this movie so much, and I love this movie so much. Right now I'm working on another kind of a Chinese kung fu movie that's a sort of a Chinese mafia movie with the same kind of martial arts and really human relations, dealing with honor and loyalty and stuff like that.
Right, that sounds exciting actually. Another question from Ibertech. Do you use Final Draft to write your scripts?
Yes, I do.
That was an easy one. Okay, one more question. Okay, this one we already had it. Let me go up in the chat a little bit. Okay, one question from Dam Campo. What is your favorite movie that you've made?
Well, To be honest with you, that's a tough one. So I'm not going to say I have one favorite, but I loved Under Siege a lot. I loved Above the Law a lot. I loved Fire Down Below a lot. I loved On Deadly Ground a lot. So that's to name a few that I really loved.
And very good ones. And attrition, of course.
Well, of course. I thought he was talking about aside from attrition.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. Okay. I have a question here from HR Depp. How important to you personally are the prevalent themes throughout the films, honor, etc.?
I mean, these are really the most important things. The devotion to the things that you believe in, the path that you've chosen, the honor that you maintain, the respect that you have in your heart in dealing with people and the arts. These are all the most important things that to me really make for a great movie.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you did it great on that.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you.
Okay, one question from John Fishman again. Would you ever collaborate with Fish?
Fish meaning Larry Fishburne?
Correct.
Or you're supposed to say Lawrence Fishburne. Of course I would. He's a great actor and a great guy. 100 years ago we used to call him Fish. Now he would like to be called Lawrence, which is, he's earned that right to be called what he wants. And you're right, yeah. Great guy.
What is your, one question from John. What is your favorite line in your movies? That's a very general question, I have to say.
Goodness gracious, I don't mean to sound arrogant, but I think over my career spans more than 30 years and 60 films, I think there's been a handful of good lines. So there's not one in particular line that stands out as my best line. So sorry about that.
No problem. We're here talking about attrition. Maybe you have a line in attrition that you really like?
There's a fight scene with Black Claw Ma. And, I say to him, he says, no great master would teach you any secrets. No great master would teach you any secrets. And I say to him, listen, I don't have any delusions of grandeur, and I don't think that I'm worthy to learn from any great masters. I'm just a humble student. I thought that was a great line because it really exemplifies how a master would talk about himself, very humble,
Great. I hope you guys are enjoying the answers because they are coming straight from the master Steven Seagal. Okay, so we have a question from Hybe Hightech. Do you have any thoughts or plans of adding your past movies to 365Flix?
Well, I would love to. If that's something that the owners of 365Flix want to do, it'd be my pleasure.
Nice.
My pleasure. What else? Let's hear some more questions.
Yes, JT is asking, do you have any favorite film that inspired you when making/writing one of your own?
That's a really good question. Manchurian Candidate, the original, was very inspiring for me. And 3 Days of the Condor, also very, very inspiring for me. I love the old kung fu classics like Crouching Tiger, for example, but when you look at those in general don't have the greatest story. They have the greatest action and some of the greatest characters, and so those aren't the things that inspire me to try to write my movies. But you look at 3 Days of the Condor, I mean, that's a masterpiece, and it's not just the writers who've made these masterpieces. It's, a team effort where the actors and their performances also made them masterpieces.
Great. Megan, do we have any other question that I forgot?
Please, for me movie review blog. I'd like to see Under Siege 3 set in wintry Siberia.
First of all, my father's family is from Siberia. We are from Irkutsk, Yakutia, Baikal region. That's all really Siberia. I love Siberia, and there's nothing I would love more than to have somebody bless us with, the budget to make Under Siege 3 and to make it in Siberia. That would be one of the greatest thrills of my life.
Okay, so we have a question from Dundels. There are so many one-liners, but nothing beats I'm gonna take you to the bank, Senator, the blood bank.
Well, thank you for appreciating some of my writing, and hopefully I will be able to do better again and again, and aspire to do better and better again.
I take. I can see attrition too. You?
I'm actually writing something now that could very well be attrition too.
Great. Dandelt, Steven, can you update us on statute of above the law 2?
Once again, people talk about, all the money they have, and they aspire to make movies like Under Siege 2. As soon as they put the money up, I'll make it.
That sounds great. Mainly movie. I hope Warner's don't screw up Under Siege with some remake. Are they holding up part 3?
No, I don't think Warner's... See, all the major motion picture companies in America now, almost all of them don't use their own money. They don't fund movies anymore, they distribute movies. And so Warner Brothers isn't looking to give us the money for Under Siege 3. Somebody would have to do that. And then, Warner's would be, very happy to distribute it.
Great. Well, Steven Seagal, thank you very much for the time you're spending with your fans, and see you tomorrow on 365Flix Chat.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.